What's going on, everybody? This is Warren.
And this is Jay.
We the Eagles Collective, and we actually got some special guests with us today. We're gonna go ahead and bring them onto the show. So we got Scott, we got
What's
Bruce,
going on?
and we got Todd. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's happening?
What's up, man? Thanks for having us.
Yes, most definitely, most definitely. Hey, we got to talk about this game. This game was pretty crazy. Saquon definitely showed out that game. Defense showed out this game. And let me just pull up the stats real quick. And this is where everybody's ranking right now. We'll start off with Jay. Jay, kind of give me your thoughts watching the game. What were you thinking when you saw everything?
It's the first game we didn't sweat in 2 years, basically. We haven't, it's the first non-stressful win in a long time. We still, all week you still hear people complaining, finding ways to complain. But to me, it's a step in the right direction. This game was a game that we needed. We needed a convincing win, and I have no problems with this game. I feel like we all knew Saquon was gonna go off, and he went off. Like we saw that coming. Everybody knew that was coming. But the defense to me, even though it's Daniel Jones, they still played very well. And also the offense was able to put up points because the Giants defensive line has the most sacks in the NFL. So the Eagles they took a couple sacks, but they also were able to put up some plays.
Yeah. Scott, what do you think?
Man, going off what Jay said, I think he's exactly right. I mean, I feel like us as fans, the team, everybody, we finally got that win we've been looking for. It's been a while. I don't even remember the last time we had a 2-score win, but I think everybody looked good. I think the offense, it took them a while to get going. That first quarter, we're still a little iffy on that. Got to get that part figured out. But I think the defense continued to look incredible, bouncing off last week. I think they got their job done. They got us rolling. They got the offensive momentum going. So it was a good game through and through.
Hey, for sure, I agree. If you had to give me somebody on the team that stood out, and you have to take Saquon out, we already know Saquon took off. But if you had to give me somebody, who would it be and why?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with the defense. I would say it would probably be Nakobe Dean, just because a lot of people already counted him out. I mean, he didn't have the greatest season last year. He had 2 sacks in that game. I think he had about 6 tackles. He's tackling much better. That was his thing I was worrying about the first couple weeks. He wasn't tackling too well, but he's getting in. He's finding the quarterback. He's stopping a run. So I think he played a really good game.
Ty, what do you got?
Just like, other two folks before me, they hit it right on the nose. This game was eye-opening. From the get-go, Saquon got busy, and he couldn't be stopped, and he showed, what it's like to lose a star player. Talking about the Giants. Yeah. Our defense was stout. Man, we just broke the brakes off. And I think, what? This is the beginning of a brand new team we're seeing right before our eyes. We're kind of like grown into ourselves. We're fighting our, identity. Run first, pass second. I think we're almost there. We're still figuring things out. We're getting to that point where if Jalen Hurts could, he played a safe game. He didn't have to shine. It was more of a Saquon Barkley game, and we just rode the wave. Like I said, defense and a great rushing game. So that's what I took from it. It was refreshing to see. We've been wanting a game like this for ever since the season started. This is what we expected every game. But it was good to see something kind of like coming to right, like especially last the game before with the Browns. Like, man, that was a game where we were supposed to dominate and we didn't.
Exactly.
And to see us dominate in this way, this manner, this fashion, this kind of reminds me of. I don't want to speak too early or jinx it, but this kind of reminds me of when we made that trip to that Super Bowl that year. So I don't want to jinx it. You know what I mean?
Who would be the player that you would pick? What player?
I'm gonna go left field. I'm not gonna pick any players. I think I'm gonna go with the coordinators. I think they had a great scheme, and I really enjoyed what I saw. It looks promising. Hopefully, we can bring this energy to next week or this coming week against the Bengals.
Yeah,
for sure.
And everybody says since it's like they say it's the Giants, but it's a division game. So they play us twice a year. They should know us.
Mm-hmm.
So
they beat them. So
exactly, Bruce. I know I'm gonna have you go.
Yeah, man. Like I'm with Todd. Like the Barkley run game was awesome, man. Like what was it, 100? What was it, 76 yards?
Almost 200.
Yeah.
And I do like it that he said to even Nick Sirianni said, "Hey, I know your career high is 200. You want it?"
Mhm.
And he said,
Yeah, that was dope.
Give it to the guys, man. Give it to the
That was
guys.
fire.
I like
Yeah.
that. But nah, like we needed a double-digit win. We haven't had one for how long?
Yeah, it's been
You
since
know?
2022. Since
Been a
2022.
minute.
I mean,
Last year they didn't win anything.
everyone knows we should have won double digits against the Browns.
Yeah, by 14. By 14. They haven't won a game by 14 points since 2022.
Because we should have double digit the
drought.
Browns easily, but
Yeah, so
that
they
didn't
won
happen.
games by 10 and 12, but 14 points is crazy. Like you got to put teams out. Like these are the games that you gotta. That's how you're supposed to win.
Yeah,
And I
dominating.
think like you said, Todd, earlier, this is like I thought the Browns game was gonna be this game, like how this game was. I thought we was gonna blow the
Same.
Browns out the box. You feel me? And we didn't. So they had to really redeem themselves. And it's a division game. It's never a given.
I feel
Right.
during that Browns game, man, if they don't block that field goal, that
Oh, yeah.
momentum's still with us.
That gave them all the
Yeah.
momentum because then they got the ball back at the half and then kicked the
And
field
then-
goal. So that's 10 points right there for no reason.
I mean,
But
that game just reminded
if you
me
look at the stats, I think we dominated that game still, but
yeah.
you know, the score didn't reflect
The
that.
score, exactly. The score made the game look closer than it was. It
100%.
made it look closer than it was. It wasn't close, but it wasn't that close. Because it was a blowout the whole first half.
Yeah, this defense has been impressive just ever since the bye. They've been coming out, and I know Quinyon Mitchell's been taking off, and I don't know why people are not giving him his flowers right now like they should. But this
Right.
dude's been taking
Oh
off.
no, he is. He is. He is.
He's
A rookie.
he is, but
he's a dog.
rookie.
He's a dog.
Remember,
You're not seeing that many people talk about him. Like they're not
Yeah.
making him a threat.
he's putting
like
up
he really
all
is.
pro numbers and good corner numbers as a rookie, which is
Yeah.
crazy. It's
Per
crazy to be
Football
at that
Focus,
position.
he's actually the highest rated cornerback for coverage on 33 or more snaps. So
See, we're not even talking
Yeah.
about rookies. We're talking about overall corners. You see,
Yeah,
like
just
these
over,
overall
corners,
that's not just rookies. That's the whole league.
that's the
Yeah.
whole league. You see, you feel me?
Yeah,
That's
Impressive.
but
We
check
got
this
ourselves
out.
a winner.
The defense hasn't allowed a touchdown in the last 2 weeks. It's only been field goals. Like
It's only been
I
field
was
goals.
thinking about that. They haven't allowed a touchdown. So
Mhm.
you look at the defense. If this team forms this defense, there's no reason to think every game that goes to the rest of the schedule you can't win. Because when you have a
100%.
good defense like this that could clamp teams down like this, your offense just got to do a little bit. They don't got to do too much, and you could win games.
When was the last time we had 8 sacks? Let's talk about that too, because I don't even remember the last time we
Also,
had that
was
many sacks.
2022.
2022?
It was a magical year.
Listen,
Yeah.
everything. It's
Yeah.
funny. Everything is like since 2022. Like we have
Yeah,
like even,
it's a
and
good
last
sign.
year-
It's looking good.
and last year we
23
were
was
10
rough.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
and look,
And that's
it's a
going
ro-
10-1. That's us going 10-1.
10-1 and going on a
And-
collapse.
Exactly, going on a
Mhm.
collapse. So like
That's
now
it.
we actually are kind of starting better off. I would much prefer this momentum than what we had last year, going 10-1, think
100%.
we can't get touched. And when we slowly building, it kind of reminds me of the Chiefs defense when they played us in the Super Bowl. They were all like young, just a young defense. And they slowly kept building that momentum, and they ended up being elite by the Super Bowl time.
But Warren,
Yeah.
speaking about young defense, look at Cooper DeJean. Cooper's balling too. Like
Yeah.
ever since they made the swap for us for freaking Maddox. And listen, I've always been a fan for Maddox, but it was time for him to sit there on the bench. It was about time.
Yeah.
He was a liability for us on defense.
I mean,
Look
dude,
how
that's
the defense is playing better with Cooper on the field in the slot.
He plays that nickel perfect. Like he's so good in coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, you know
And
what they say about Maddox.
He got a sack last week, right?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
And
Yeah,
also
yeah.
He's getting
He did.
pressures.
Yeah.
He's getting
Everybody
pass
got busy.
defended. He's getting tackles. If you watch the tape, he's taking his angles correctly. He's balling, bro. He's only
He's playing smart, yeah.
And remember, him and Mitchell, they're rookies. So at the end of the day, like this is what the defense is, the secondary is gonna build around these two. And
Correct.
Sidney Brown
agree.
also played too. We also got Sidney Brown back there. There's a lot of young pieces in his defense. When
I
you
feel
go
like
down to
Bryce Huff, he had a pretty exceptional game
Yeah, he's
for
showing up.
first
He's
time.
Yeah.
He showed
It's
up
a
for
pressure.
the Browns game, and he's showing up again now. He's starting to show up. Listen, it might have taken him some time, but at the end of the day, if everybody plays their part in his defense, it could get real scary for the opponents.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And I think the other aspect to think about, fellas, is like our schedule doesn't look that bad. Like
don't.
No.
we got
It's a lot of wins. A
no,
lot of wins
a
on
A
that
lot of
lot
schedule.
of
wins.
wins.
But we got to take care of business every week at a
We
time.
gotta
and-
take it. We gave away a few games. We gave away the Falcons game. That game was given away. The
That
Tampa
was
game, I don't
just
want to say,
bad, man.
but we gave away the Falcons game. The Tampa game, second half, they
Mm.
didn't. They second half defense put the clamps on. It's funny because
Yeah.
ever since that second half of the game, going into the bye in these last 2 games, the defense has just played much better because
Yeah,
they
they
got
woke up.
embarrassed in Tampa Bay that first half. When I was watching, I was like, the Eagles not going nowhere. If the defense is gonna be this, they ain't going.
Yeah.
You gotta have to put up 40 points a game to keep up with teams.
Yeah,
Baker
and then
had way too much time in the pocket.
yeah, and kind of what Slut was saying, like they weren't playing together on the D line. He's like, we're not playing together. They're all playing separately. Now that they had the bye out the way, Vic Fangio's finally working with them, getting them where they need to be. They're all kind of playing cohesively together. So like this, man, I think if they can give us that each game, I think we'll be solid. But I see all these games as momentum builders till we get to the Ravens. Because I think that Ravens game is going to
That's
be
a test.
like, that's where we stamp ourselves.
Correct.
That we're
But
really
listen,
good at.
listen, fellas, we all complained about the bye week. I don't know. I didn't want the bye week so early, but listen, looking
we
at it
needed it.
now,
We needed that.
That came at a great time.
Because
Facts.
you know what, the defense was struggling, offense was still not up to par, and now things are starting to look like the strings are starting to be pulled together and everything's falling into place. And listen, there's a lot of football left, and it's better to get hot later in the season and in the beginning because you saw how we flamed out last year.
Well, with,
Yeah.
with all those injuries during that bye,
We definitely don't need that.
And we're winning, and we're doing good with all these injuries too. We're shuffling people out. People are gone for
That's-
for
that's-
4 games. We missed
Plug and
AJ for
play.
2
staff.
games.
That's the coaching staff
Yeah.
doing their
Yeah.
I was worried about Fred Johnson filling in for Mulata, but I think he did a pretty good job from the second quarter
he's
on.
doing solid. Yeah, I was a little worried about that too, just based off the way he performed at the Bucks game. But
Exactly.
I think he kind of learned his lesson. Not learned his lesson, but he saw his mistakes, and he's kind of like correcting himself from that. Plus, he had Brian Burns on him the entire
Yeah, bro,
That's
time.
that
tough.
Giants
That's
defensive
tough.
line is no
Yeah.
joke, bro. They got
Nah,
no size,
always.
bro. They're no joke
Yeah.
right now. Literally, that was a good test for us to go up against them because their strong point of their whole team is their defensive line right now. And
Exactly.
Neighbors.
Yeah. So, do you think the Bucks have a better secondary than the Giants?
I would say they have a better defense overall than the Giants, but secondary maybe. But the Giants defense, when the Bucks got a good defense, and Todd Bowles seems to know how to play Jalen Hurts correctly. You know,
That's
so
the thing.
Defense.
That's what he did with
defensive-minded
Lamar
coach.
Jackson. Same thing he did to.
same thing, yeah. But
yeah.
Jalen has beat him also too. Jalen beat him in the
Yeah.
season last year too. It's a game,
Last year.
It's a game. Remember,
Mhm.
Jalen also. If AJ plays in that game, I think we beat the Bucks.
Oh, easily.
I think the
Yeah.
everything.
AJ and
everything
Devontae,
changes.
yeah.
yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if AJ just plays, even if you give him one of them, but if AJ plays, Jalen.
That game was
Biggest
tough to
asset.
watch for me because it's like every time we were this close to some sort of momentum, something messed up.
Happened.
Yeah, we shoot
Yeah.
ourselves.
That
Like
was-
whether it be what's his name, Isaiah Rogers running into Cooper on the punt return, or just missed
Flags,
passes.
yeah, flags.
It's like the
I
team
remember
was just not
thinking
mentally
that.
prepared. They weren't mentally prepared for
Up
the
until
game.
about the fourth quarter, I kept thinking, okay, they have a chance to come back because you keep, if you know football, you're looking at the time, you're seeing the momentum, and I kept saying, like you kept saying, they kept getting this close, and something at the turn, it was the 2 fumbles. I remember they got close into the red zone and had the fumble. It was just a lot of things were going wrong in that game. But you
Yeah.
need those losses. It's better to have them early because we had those type of losses late in the season, and
Yeah.
they affect the Eagles. Lost 5 out of 6 last year. We flamed out so bad last year.
Yeah, it was,
was just-
embarrassing.
It was embarrassing, bro. We literally were the laughing stock of the whole
People are still
league.
talking about that. They still
still
talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Since that
Sirianni's
Niners
a-
game, ever since that Niners game, they just exploited our whole entire
Yeah.
game plan for every week.
Mhm.
And, Scott,
I
feel like we
and I
needed
hate-
that,
and
though.
I hate saying that. and I
We
hate
kinda
saying
needed
since
that.
the Niners game, and I hate saying that, but it's the absolute truth. After that
Yeah.
game and after the whole Dom situation, everything just went upside down. Like everything. It's like
Yeah.
everything was on the table.
Yeah. Let me go into these comments real quick. Don't want people to think we ignoring them. Let's see. Vincent seems like the defense coming together in Tampa, even though it was a blowout. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, he saw that too. The second half of
Yep.
that thing, they were holding it down, but the offense couldn't score any points.
I agree.
Then we got Richard. He was fans don't realize Mitchell is playing excellent. I realize
Mixed
Mitchell.
bag. Some people are giving him
Yeah.
the
All
prop.
five
Yeah.
of them.
Fans see it, but I don't think the rest of the league sees it just yet. But I do
Philly,
think that,
Philadelphia.
exactly. I think Mitchell is probably going to end up being a. I don't want to jinx this either, but I think he's going to be one of those like generational cornerbacks.
Yeah.
It's just nobody's tuning in except for us. But
Yeah.
It takes a
We,
while.
we got to be in the big.
sleeping.
That's why I wanted us to play Sunday, just so it could kind of put him out there a little bit. But we'll see.
I
They're
feel
probably
like-
going to have him on T. Higgins.
And remember, he almost
this
caught
game.
that pick
Yeah.
again. He keeps getting this close to an interception. He keeps getting
Bro,
his hands.
if he just had a little bit of hands.
Like,
You have, like,
I
four.
don't understand. I don't know if it's his hand-eye coordination, but like he be running the route to the receiver. Like the ball looks like it's going to him. And again, he had it hit him in the hands again, man.
He's a cornerback for a reason, bro. He's a cornerback for a reason.
That's why he got mad at CJ, because when he bumped him, he's like, that was an
Yeah,
easy,
he's like, come on,
Oh,
bro.
I forgot about that play. Oh, I was so.
Yeah.
He was tired.
But look, just wait. Once he gets that first one, I promise you, 6 more coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's on his ball hawk status. I can see it come, because I'm saying the way his route recognition is incredible. It's incredible.
Doomsday Corner. What's up, good people? What's going on?
You
Got
know?
Richard. We stacked that much against Washington. Man,
Dude, I don't.
if
Washington, man,
Jalen
they
Daniels
might
gonna be
be.
healthy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
He's gonna be
Scott
healthy
Nolan.
by the time we play him.
Shout
I
out
got
Nolan
my
Smith,
eyes
too.
I got my eyes on Washington, man, because Washington, like once again, they're the
That's gonna
surprise
be another
right now in
test.
that division.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Is it just me, or I'm not scared of them? I'm not scared of them, though.
It's not even scared of them. It's just like, what's going on over there? Because y'all been
Yeah.
like bums forever. Like, I want to know
Yeah,
what's
and
going on.
now they're 5-2. Like
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's trying to
I
cross
mean,
over
respect
into
to,
the.
respect to Jaden. Respect to Jaden and that whole whatever they're doing. But
Jaden Daniels is balling. I've watched him. He is balling. I've seen it, but it's just like, is it the coaching? Is it him? We're gonna find out soon enough. And I think it'll be a good test, because once again, even when they suck, they play the Eagles well.
what is it?
It's a
We do
division
them in,
game.
what,
they
3
took
weeks?
us to overtime, what, twice last year?
Yeah, it's always like that with them, and the overtime games with them always is tense. Every game with them is tense to me. I don't know why. Even when they suck, they
give us the hardest time.
Yeah.
I just think when I saw that injury to Jaden Daniels, I was like, all right. And they said week to week, I'm like, all right, is he even gonna be healthy when we get to playing him? Because I don't know what their schedule looks like, but
Yeah, me neither.
if they
Let's see.
have a solid defense that they're going up against, I think he's gonna have some issues.
Yeah.
I just hope it's not an RG3 thing. That's what I'm hoping.
We need to run the ball against them. Run the ball heavy, just like we did against the Giants.
Yeah, listen,
That run game going.
injuries take their tolls on players. Each injury takes their toll. Each and every single one, bro. Each and every one. So I hope
what was
what
what was his injury, Jaden Daniels?
I believe
rib.
it was
It was a rib
really?
injury.
Oh,
and the thing about it is that that takes time. That every person varies, because that's a breathing situation. That's every movement you take when you have a rib injury. When you breathe, you feel the rib injury. So it's very delicate.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They could be downplaying that injury as well. So
Exactly, because they know that. Yeah,
But
yeah,
as a franchise, they've been known to make bad decisions. You got to keep that kid healthy if you want him to be a guy. They're the type from their past history to just throw a guy out there.
yeah. I like this comment that Vincent said.
that's a good comment. Yeah.
I like that, Vincent. That's a good take. Now, kind of talking about the game, we're going to go up into a little bit of where we stand on the division. 4-2 right now. Commanders 5-2. Like I said, I don't know who the Commanders is going to be playing. I think it was good that they got to play the Ravens just to see kind of how they compare with that. But right now, the NFC North,
Yes.
man.
They're snapping.
that's a powerhouse.
Every
right
team is
there.
snapping.
Nobody expected it either. At first, I was thinking NFC South probably like by week 3, but
But look at the NFC West. Look how weak it is, bro. Because Seattle is an up and down team. 1 week they're real good. 1 week they're not doing good.
Yeah.
You got to remember too, the Rams are pretty beat up.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh,
the
yeah.
NFC is not as strong this season. I feel like the Eagles could really take over if they get into form. Look at. Can you go back real quick?
I got you.
Look at the NFC South also too.
Yeah, that's what
1
I'm
and
saying.
6.
A weak
I see
division.
14.
You understand?
I mean, you all know that Tampa Bay is going to take that division right there.
Yeah,
Like they have to. Like,
Yeah, that's a clear winner.
yeah, I see Tampa win. If you give me, if you
but
give me
now
a choice,
that North though, I don't know. I don't even know.
somebody's gonna
Yeah,
fade.
that's
We
kind
all
of
know
I think
anybody's
it's going
game
to be
right there.
Detroit. Detroit has the experience for playoffs. I think it'll be them, but
Can you see Minnesota falling off?
I do. Honestly, I do.
because you gotta remember
I
one
think
thing.
they're in a hot
Two
wave
wild
right now.
card spots. They could take the 2 wild card spots, and that means we have to win the division again.
Yep.
It could be a weird season like that.
Like, Scott, remember I was telling you about looking in the future of the games. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm looking in like wild card area right now. You know?
Yeah, me too. I'm looking at wild card.
I agree. I'm looking at winning the division, though. I saw something yesterday that said we have a 50% chance of winning the division since we beat the Giants. I don't know where that comes from, or like,
I feel
what?
yeah,
Why
I
are
feel
they
like-
saying that?
Well, you think about it. What? When do we go against Washington in 3 weeks? Right?
Yes, 3 weeks. We
Yeah,
played
3
them, I
months.
think, after we played the Cowboys.
So I mean, well, we got what? Bengals, Jags, Cowboys, and Washington.
Yeah, and looking at the Commanders' schedule right now, they look like they got a cake schedule as well. I don't really see.
Do they?
Yeah, it looks.
Who they play?
I'm seeing, of course, Eagles, Cowboys, Titans, Saints, Falcons.
See, Saints are done, man. They've been exposed.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Yeah.
It's funny because
I think we helped out with exposing them.
yeah,
Right, yeah, they got the Cowboys twice coming up, Eagles, Falcons, and it's not much. It's looking real good for
Yeah.
them too.
Cowboys suck, but they're not gonna lay down every single game.
nah.
Nah,
They're not gonna lay down every game. They're gonna.
Unfortunately, they're going to find a way to somehow be competitive.
It's just like you already know. We always split the season 1-1 anyway. So
Not this year.
Fury's gonna let them just lay down.
Not this year.
Yeah.
This
We're
year,
sweeping
we
this
might
year.
Actually, we actually might punch them this year both times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see
Well,
that happening.
Everybody's healthy, or mostly everybody's healthy. I think we'll be good there because their run defense is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, think about them Saquon. Oh man, Saquon.
Well, they do have Micah and
bro, Saquon gonna get at least 200 yards at least.
Falcons won that.
Falcons.
And what I like
It's true. It's
about a
good.
great running game, travels no matter where you go, and you
That's
need
tough.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it slows down the
And
game
that
to where
always
you want.
and it wears down the defense. So it's too much benefits to the run game, man.
Gotta have it, and it's working.
You
Right
say
now.
Cowboys don't.
Cowboys.
Come
They
on.
don't suck. They're just.
Oh man, that's a typical Cowboys.
Yeah.
They gonna say they
Sweep
don't
the
suck when they
Cowboys.
do suck. And they gonna
I
say
agree
they're
with that.
great
I
when
think
they
we're
do
gonna
suck.
sweep. When's the last time we swept the Cowboys? 2017, the Super Bowl year?
No, I still think we split it.
Oh,
I think we split that year.
we might have. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. When's the last time we swept them?
I think it was with Wentz.
That was that was 2017.
Sounds like
I
a
think.
ChatGPT question.
We did sweep him in 2017.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Because I think that's back when Zeke got his new contract, right?
Got new money, probably.
I'm trying to think of 2017.
No, Zeke-
The losses.
Zeke came in
I think the Cowboys
2016.
won the losses. They had 4 losses that year.
Let's see. And then we got Marcus.
3.
Sweeping y'all boys easy. Easy is crazy.
I can't wait for the Eagles Dallas.
Oh man, November 10th, man, November 10th.
Mark the calendars.
Look at it.
Yeah.
So, going into some news, we know about the Bengals game getting pushed back. They're now pushing back the Jaguars-Eagles game. Originally, that was going to be a Sunday night game, but unfortunately, it's going to be a 4 p.m. game. I think this probably speaks more to the teams that we're playing against more than us. But what's you guys' thoughts on this? Twice in a row.
I mean, I don't think it would have been flexed if the NFL waited until we beat the Giants and the Browns.
Okay.
But
They're not flexing it because of us. They're flexing it because of the Jaguars.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
That's
Like,
It's because of the Jaguars. The Jaguars have been super underwhelming. Like,
Yeah.
They don't even want to
They're
waste
trying
that
to trade
time.
right now, and I don't know if we probably gonna get rid of Doug Peterson if anything.
Oh yeah, he's number one on the hot seat right now in all the teams.
Yeah. He's done.
Yeah,
He's
Trevor
done.
Lawrence ain't the guy.
Then next we got Paris Campbell gets released. I think this is just to open up that room for Donna Smith. I think they said he didn't do very much at practice. I'm not too sure what we should expect from him. But what do you guys think about this?
I think it's pretty interesting, and the only reason I say that is because I don't think he did much for us, so it's not like a huge surprise. But I did see news that Cooper Kupp is available, and apparently the Eagles are interested in him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just putting that out there.
Do y'all want
I
Cooper
saw
Kupp
that
or do y'all want Miles?
I want Myles Garrett.
I want Garrett.
If
I want Garrett.
yeah, if we can add a
We
player,
Imagine that D line.
we already have we have our wide receivers, we have our tight end.
yeah, we are stacked on offense.
Defense could take the boost.
So let's just say
Garrett.
we want Miles Garrett. What do you think we would have to give up for him though?
Second round, and probably
Top
I
dollar.
think at least one of the rotational DNs, one of them.
Probably.
Would you give up Huff?
Hell yeah.
Yes, I don't even want him.
We're talking about
That-
the
come on,
former
bro, that's
defensive
a
player of the
fast
year.
answer, yes.
And
If I
What
had
do you
a
have,
dime, I would
16,
trust it.
what about
17?
Slay? Would you give him Slay?
I would
Yeah.
give him any better.
Oh, man.
I would give
Honestly, if you give him Slay and get rid of our contract with Slay, I'm even happier.
Warren, put it like
Yeah,
this: there's
personally.
more players on the Eagles defense that you would give away than you wouldn't give away for him. You understand? That's the type
Yeah.
of player he is. There's a lot of players.
Yeah, that's a
Bro, you know who I give away? I give Bradbury up, bro.
Oh, yeah. Like
I'm not gonna
yesterday.
I forgot about that, man.
Bradbury's
all
like
about, bro.
the back end of the deal. He's like the deal's done. They're like, we'll throw you Bradbury to the guy at a time.
Right.
Max Crosby's off the
He's always
table,
said
though.
that we need Max Crosby. Max Crosby said he's not going anywhere. He said
Yeah,
he's
the
gonna
Raiders
stay
said they're not even shopping him. So
Yeah,
that'd be cool too, though. I think he's a little younger than Garrett. So
Yeah.
but
And then Richard says Khalil Mack. That's not bad. But
You know,
Khalil
but
Mack,
he's not there.
how old is he doing this year?
He's
old.
Yeah, he's not the same.
He's not the same.
I'm taking Garrett all day. I don't think anybody even comes close.
I think
to that.
Garrett is the number one. Like that's a clear cut choice, man. If you could get a deal to get him in, that's what you bring in the building over Cup over everybody. Although Cup would put them over the top as an offense. I mean, that's like
The thing
that's
about-
Super Bowl's dreams right there.
If we did get Cup though, let's just think about it. That's probably the best wide receiver trio in NFL history.
That would be ridiculous. That would be.
It wouldn't even make sense.
It wouldn't make sense, and it would almost make defensive coordinators just left in
Yeah.
sleep at night. Imagine
Wouldn't-
that, man.
Would that be too much candy for Jalen Hurts to prosper, though?
The thing
Yeah,
is,
I think it's too much.
Jalen's got to look around, dude. Just can't be
Right.
looking at
Listen,
Smith.
I'm
Exactly.
happy. That's another thing too I wanted to bring on. I'm happy I saw him hit hitting Calcaterra a little bit. He's got to get used to different targets. Jahan Dotson's a
Yeah.
little, he's getting a little acclimated, but where's a big play from him? You could get a big play out of Jahan Dotson. Just
Yeah.
do it.
I feel
But the thing is he getting that separation though? When he's out.
That's true.
we can never see it because he never see it. Like
Yeah.
I
Unless
saw
you watch the
rumors
all
saying-
22, like he has to get that
22,
separation.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Only way.
That's the only reason why I see it. I'm actually hoping for Johnny Wilson to step up a little bit because they were talking about him all off season, talking him up. I wanted to see how he would do, but what does he only have like 2 receptions? This whole
Something like
Yeah, but
that.
look
That
at
man is way too big to not be getting targets.
But check this out. You see when plays go off script and Jalen starts improvising. You see how AJ works with him, Smitty works with him. These other guys also got to move around too. Like
yeah,
when you see Jalen pointing, they got to move around because Smitty and AJ know how to extend plays.
Yeah.
I think Jalen needs to understand he's not as fast as he used to be. So he like that's.
Oh yeah, we
He
all
shows
know.
flashes. He shows flashes of it. It's just not as consistent, I think.
It's not as consistent. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Did that guy say big play slay for Josh Allen from the Jags?
Big place.
I mean, I would get that, but I don't think Jacksonville will.
I think Miles Garrett, you give him Huff, and you give him Slade just because I want to see Ringo out there a lot more.
But don't you think they're gonna want to pick?
They're gonna want a draft pick.
We can give him a third round draft pick.
Oh, they're
I would
gonna
do
want to
that.
pick. It's always a player and a pick. It's always some type of
Yeah, especially
incentive.
for Miles Garrett. That's
Especially the Browns. I mean, they need. I don't
The
think they
Browns
have
would want
good draft
want
compensation.
package probably 2-3 players and definitely a second rounder.
We need to work. That's a good comment too.
yeah,
Yeah,
linebacking
yeah.
core.
I don't see. You saw last week, Jalen missed Saquon and Smitty on 2 crossing routes,
I saw
wide
that.
open.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Smitty
I
was
mean,
standing
that-
on the one on the left, and he was looking up. And Smitty, the one with Smitty, was crazy because he just needed a couple yards, and he's crossing right in front of you. He's looking
Yeah.
beyond him. Like,
Yeah. Well, the one that he missed was the one he missed with Saquon was a touchdown. Like,
yeah, the one
That was 6. That was 6.
Yeah.
Although I would prefer. I'm gonna put it like this. I would prefer Jalen to miss a couple passes than be stupid with the ball and just turn it over and throw
Right.
it.
And he has cleaned up his game for the last 2
on
games too.
And he has
So,
No turnovers, yeah.
no turnovers, and that's what
No
we could,
turnovers.
that's all we could
I
ask
think
for.
we do better when Jalen only throws the ball like 20 to 25 times.
what he needs to start doing, he needs to understand when that pocket collapses, get out.
Yeah, get
Like,
out.
Yeah, he's trying to. He's almost playing hero ball. He's waiting for that wide receiver to.
I feel
break
like his
open so he
pocket
can get-
awareness is still not where it should be. His pocket awareness, like you said,
I agree with
part
that.
of stepping up. He should be stepping up sooner. He waits
I
just
agree.
a little bit too long. A little.
Yeah.
And that comes with experience. Hopefully he cleans that up. But the fourth down,
That's what it was,
he
yeah.
stood right in there. The 4th and 3 off to AJ, 4th and 3.
that 4th and 3, like that's
Right, bro.
You remember,
that's a big boy throw, bro. He stood right there. And
Someone
he
just messaged me and said the audio is echoing.
I think I don't know who's that guy. It might be
Is it Bruce? Or,
let's see.
It
Huh?
might be Bruce. Your mic is pretty loud.
How about that?
That's good. Yeah, that's
Now it's
good.
gone. Okay.
way
Yeah.
better.
Much better.
Yeah.
Way better.
But
Appreciate it, Richard.
if you remember
Appreciate
2 years
you.
ago, the Super Bowl year, like I mean, Jalen had a lot of time in the pocket. Plus, like AJ was breaking routes, Smitty was breaking routes. These guys were getting open, but we don't have as much time in the pocket as we had 2 years ago. So he's got to
Yeah.
be quicker getting the ball out.
Thing is, man, we had Kelsey, man. That dude could stop 3 people if he wanted to, man.
I think that's probably
But
part
Cam
of it.
Jurgens, Cam Jurgens isn't doing too bad either, though.
He is.
Yeah,
he is,
but-
but
A
Kelsey,
little rough,
The thing
but
is, you can't like. There's levels to this. Jason Kelsey's the
yeah,
greatest
yeah.
of all time.
Like,
Yeah,
see,
Jason Kelsey
like,
played how long? 13
like,
I don't
years?
think I don't
Yeah.
I don't think people understand. Like he was the best center in the league, probably one of the best centers to ever play the game. So it's like
Yep.
when you lose a guy like that, you're gonna feel it in some type of way. Jurgens
Oh,
is
yeah.
playing good. He's a great
He's playing great.
replacement. He's not a bum at all. He's actually in top 5 not in pressures allowed. He's on 1%. So he's doing good, but
Interesting.
he's not Kelsey. Kelsey used to
Yeah.
be up the field. Do you remember Kelsey and run blocking scheme, bro? Kelsey was up the field.
that dude was already
bro, and
taking 2
he's
people
a-
down
he's
with
a
him.
secondary.
He
That
was
is
running
true.
faster than Miles Sanders. He was beating Sanders to the end zone.
He
Yeah.
makes Miss Sanders look bad. I ain't gonna lie.
And also, like,
Did you miss Sanders?
I mean, like the brother, like even the brotherly shove, I'm afraid of sometimes now. Like,
Oh, the good comment.
So we haven't beat the Eagles, or we haven't beat the Cowboys twice since
See,
2011.
that's why we couldn't even.
Dang, that's a long time
man.
ago.
What was going on in
All
2011?
right, fellas.
bro?
Well, today's the day we're gonna hope because let me tell you something. This
That's
is the year we
crazy.
can take them down twice. We always
Yeah.
score
Yeah.
with them. You're
Who was
right.
the quarterback? Was it Donovan McNabb? Was Donovan or was
no, I think it
No,
was.
I think it was Mike Vick.
I think it was
No,
Mike.
no.
It was Mike Vick. It was Mike Vick.
That was
Okay.
Vic. Cole
With the
wasn't
Chip
there.
Kelly-
Cole
Chip Kelly era?
came
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, that Chip Kelly offense.
I don't want Chip Kelly to have that. I don't want him to have that achievement. We got to break that.
That rapid
Yeah, we
fire
gotta fix that
offense.
this season. That's wild.
No, but like
That's crazy.
talking about the centers though, like when we do the tush push, bro. Oh man, bro, we just can't get low enough now.
Now,
Like,
yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
what's
not,
our conversion rate now? Is it? It used to be like what?
It's not 92%.
I tell you what, I think the
Yeah.
Bills are better at it than doing it. You see,
I mean,
other
the-
teams
remember
doing
the
it.
Giants-
Yeah.
the Giants stopped it.
Everybody's
The-
taking it off of us though, but yeah.
Yeah, but remember the Giants stopped it twice.
Yeah, they did. I'm low key tired of seeing.
That's credit to that D line, but yeah.
You say you're
I'm
tired
low,
of seeing it, Jay?
I'm low key tired of seeing it, like in a weird way. Like I don't know
It's
why.
like, damn.
It
Like,
works, but it's just
I'm not gonna lie, Jay. I completely agree with you, and you want to know why? I feel like if you notice, like against the Giants, we did it probably 6 times. 3 Giants players got injured.
yeah. You see that
I
also
don't know how.
weird.
I
It's
mean,
a
how are we
dangerous
not getting
play.
injured doing it? Like,
Yeah,
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, that's what I was
yeah,
alluding
Yeah.
to.
yeah.
They didn't want to ban it. They had the opportunity to ban it. I don't know why they didn't.
It's such
I
a
think
bang
we've
bang
gotten to
play.
the
Like,
point
well,
now
it's
to where
football, though.
we should mix
It's
it
part
up
of the
by
game.
now.
It is
it's part of
football.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say though, it does put a smile on your face when you know we about to get that one. It's almost like money. Like
The rap, we got it.
Getting ready to
that's
sing the
upside to
song.
it.
I like that. So yeah, so I don't really like this. I think they kind of want us to be underdogs right now, but they got the Bengals. They got us as 2-point underdogs
That's
against
great.
this game.
That's disrespectful, man. That's disrespectful.
But that's when we play the best.
I
You know,
mean,
the Eagles always play the best when everybody thinks that they're the underdog.
When they
It's like,
doubted, yeah.
I always feel like that
100%.
we're better at
in
that. We're always better
in
at that.
2017, remember we were underdogs that entire freaking
Yeah,
playoff
the
run.
whole year. Bro, listen, that year defines. If you look at underdog, that 2017 season got to be next to that. Literally, 'cause
Yeah.
you never
So-
see a team lose so many starters and keep going.
So going into this game, I think the only thing the Bengals kind of outrank us at right now is their pass offense. What are you guys going to be looking at coming into this game? I think Joe Burrow will probably be the second best quarterback we've played this season. Like,
Yeah.
because you got Kirk Cousins, Jordan Love. So yeah, I would
I would
say
say
Joe
I would say he
Burrow's
probably
okay.
is the best. I would probably say he is the best one probably so far. Maybe skill wise, Jordan Love is a baller, bro. You know, Jordan Love is not a bum. That game, I didn't want him to get back on the field in that Brazil game because it was
Yeah,
going
I
back and
agree.
forth, back and forth.
They
Yeah.
could have
I
won.
just-
They
I
could
don't know
probably
how
won
we
that
pulled
game.
that out.
Could
Yeah.
have took off, yeah. But
Tell you right
just
now,
watching that, I don't think their offensive line is that good either. So can y'all see this being another 6-sack game?
Not with Joe
Yeah,
Burrow.
100%.
Joe Burrow, I have
If-
a lot of respect for that quarterback. I
I
respect
think
his
Joe
game.
Burrow's
I
a
don't.
very good quarterback. And
Yeah.
I think he's starting to get into his groove right now. Like, so I think this
Yeah,
is a
he
good
always
test
does
for the
this.
defense. This is probably
Mhm.
the most skilled quarterback we're gonna see. Because
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Mahomes,
good
Well,
test.
you got you got Lamar Jackson coming up.
Well, we play Lamar, so
Lamar.
Yeah.
So these are the quarterbacks that you got to beat them if you want to go. It's a good test for the defense once again, and it's a road game. Cincinnati's a weird team. They always start off slow, like because I have a friend who's a
Every
Cincinnati
year.
fan.
Yeah,
They
do.
start off slow and then they start picking up. It's just weird, and they're in that moment of picking up right now. We don't want to get caught up in that rap.
I mean, like
Yeah.
remember,
I
like
just think that
the last 2
Uh,
seasons, man, they went against the Chiefs in the playoffs. They could have won both those games.
Yeah,
Last 2
bro,
years.
listen, versus the Chiefs.
Game of inches. Game of inches.
isn't the Bengals starting running back that Chase guy?
Yeah, that's Sidney Brown's brother.
Yeah.
Chase
Oh,
Brown?
really?
No, they're brothers. I didn't know that.
Sidney
But,
Brown,
I mean-
Chase Brown
Yeah,
are
they're
brothers,
twins
bro.
actually.
They're twins.
Yeah, they're
actually.
twins.
I never knew that. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they're both twins from Canada, I think.
Yeah. They have a crazy story, bro. They were poor when they were growing up. They have a crazy upbringing. Crazy. They both
Wow.
made it to the NFL. One's on the Eagles, one's on the Bengals.
You can't do nothing but respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
story's
then I think they
crazy.
have Moss too as their running back.
More so,
Yeah.
but also listen, Jamar
Yeah.
Chase
But that,
is
isn't Zach
their
Moss
version
hurt?
of AJ Brown, so it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, with me,
I just
though,
think if we can get to the quarterback, if we can put pressure on Joe like early and
Mhm.
keep the momentum up, and then get our run game going, I don't think they can really stop the run. I think our line is too good. I think Saquon's coming off a great game, so if we can just keep the momentum from last game, I think it'll be another 2-score game. Honestly,
see, Darren just hit it. It's like it's pretty much up to our defensive coordinator. Does he want to be aggressive or does he want to back
Exactly.
off 4?
You gotta
And
take Burrow off his.
I don't
not
think
play
he has.
Burrow.
The way he's
Burrow's
been
a
playing,
quarterback.
being aggressive has been helping. So
Yeah,
and
like that's,
everybody's liking it.
Nothing
I
makes
think
me more
Nakobe
mad than
Dean
seeing
has
them
been
line
the
up.
biggest threat.
when they look like they're about to blitz and then back off 3.
Yeah.
Like-
Or it's like,
But I'm saying
you got 'em.
he's been doing that with different players. He's done it with Bond. He's done it with DeJean. He keeps putting different people in that edge rush spot. If you keep
Yeah.
switching things up like that every game, it's like maybe Nakobe Dean might be the one blitzing this week. It's like he keeps putting different people there. this is a good test once again for them. But Burrow's the type of quarterback you got to take him off his spot. He's like a Brady type. If he's on his island, bro, he's going to fling it, bro. You have to make him move.
You got him
100%.
make him scramble. Just looking at the top defense right now.
I was about to bring that up. I was like,
so looking at that,
the rank what?
Eagles are starting to climb the rank,
22.
Eagles are ranked at 9 for top defense. I mean, total defense, my bad. And where are the Bengals at?
Yeah, 22. So if we can get ahead early, build that lead. And
but look, Todd, that's the problem. Yeah. Where is the first quarter spark? We don't have no points.
We haven't had that.
Quarter.
I have a theory for that.
We haven't had our first quarter.
If you think about it, it's always the first 10, 15 plays of the game are scripted. They're like schematic from the coaches. That's what they're doing all week is working for those first 15 plays. We're not 100%. Scoring on those first 15 plays ever.
So why are we still?
That's on Sirianni, man.
That goes back to Sirianni. Exactly.
And I'll piggyback off that, Scott, too, because they said a lot of what the Eagles are doing are analytics right now, and that's helping them pick their plays. But with the way Saquon has now been just performing and just been explosive, that's throwing all the analytics away now. Like, when Saquon is getting 40 yards on the field, they're like, all right, well, we need to throw this away and either just run the ball or they end up coming up with something better. So I think they're trying to figure out what works best for them, and they're trying to feed off of whatever that defense is giving them. So, I like that you said that. That's a good point.
What I want to see them do against the Bengals is run the ball first.
Yeah, run the ball first.
Yeah, especially with the Bengals defense ranked 22nd. So,
and we all see how hard Barkley can hit.
That hit was crazy.
That was.
So you can't tell me
that run defense. Yeah,
you can't tell me a safety's going to stop him.
Bro, do you know in that game he had 172 yards and I believe 160 was before contact? Literally, he was running through holes, bro.
And they were saying Saquon was washed.
And they were catching him at the end of every run. Literally, every single run in that game was just right through the hole. Like you said, got to get that run. Bruce said it, get the run. The run game, if you start the game off like that, it's going to be good.
Set the tone, right?
I just think, another thing that was really good that I saw this past game against the Giants, Jalen Hurts went under center at least 6-7 times, which is 6-7 times more than he's done in all of our previous games. And when you're able to build that, like getting under center, build in the run game, that opens up the play action, that opens up the passing lanes.
Everything comes.
So it's just we got to be smarter with these first quarter offense.
I don't remember if it was me or Todd or me and Scott talking about this. The RPOs, man. The RPOs.
Then they got Ben Van Sumeren at fullback. They had him at fullback.
Cool,
I want to say about 3
times.
It
was.
And he was pushing folks out the way. He was doing great at block. He was he was only in there because of injury purposes, but they might have to utilize him on offense, make him a two-way player, bring him in on certain plays.
He's a good blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how they're doing that. They're mixing up, and that seems more like a Kellen Moore move more than a Nick Sirianni.
100%, 1,000,000%, bro.
I really want just Kellen Moore to take control of the offense, man.
According to Sirianni, he has.
Yeah, he's letting him.
That's what he said.
It's hard for me to see it, dude. I
said though, I think
Nick Sirianni wants. Jalen Hurts isn't that quarterback for that.
No.
At the end of the day, as much as he tries, it's not going to mesh well. Kellen Moore will play based off of Jalen's strengths and actually make him better. So, hey, if y'all want to go into the Nick Sirianni talk, we can. I personally think that we don't need him. I was hoping that maybe he would get fired and we would keep Kellen Moore, but I also realized the team respects him so much to where I think that would throw off momentum, especially where we're at right now.
That's a really good point. Because I think, as a fan, we sit here and we're like, oh, let's get rid of Sirianni because it looks like he's a liability to the team, especially the offense. But that locker room vibe, that feel, it means a lot more to the players than we think. So I don't know. That's a hard one, really, especially in the middle of the season. You don't want to kill any momentum that we could be.
I mean, we're 4-2. We're 4-2. We should have hopefully easy coming wins in the next 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
You don't fire you don't fire the head coach right now.
If we don't go to the playoffs, I can see them firing him. But if we still
In the
go to the
offseason.
playoffs,
If
I
we
don't
would have
see
lost,
anything
if we would have
happening.
lost to the Browns and the Giants, yeah,
If they go to the playoffs and they lose
Okay,
the first
so
game, he's
That's
gone.
that's 100% true, Todd.
So what Todd just said. So everyone heard the fans saying at halftime, fire Nick, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then of course we win that game, but you don't go over to the fans and do that.
You don't do that. You don't do
Right.
that
Hey,
unless you
dude,
check
Darren brings up a great point. It might be a underrated point actually. Sirianni went
And
bald, and we're 2-0.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
true. He
yeah.
got the new haircut. He got the
Bald
new haircut.
guy, baby.
Cut.
Yeah,
Baldy.
But check this out. Check this out with Sirianni. Him drawing at the fans, though. Let me tell you something. As a fan,
You don't do that.
That was embarrassing for me as a fan. Like like people like, yo, what's up with your coach? Like as a fan, it feels embarrassing. Imagine a player. You know, like that's embarrassing for you.
You're seeing your head coach just going back to the
check
fans.
this out. When was the last time we had to discipline? We've had quarterbacks who are immature. We've had cornerbacks, safeties, other position. When have you seen a coach who's immature? A head coach at that. So it's like, why are we apologizing for his behavior? Why are we apologizing for his behavior? As a head coach, you set the tone. If you're gonna act like a clown, everybody's gonna look at you as a clown.
And then you bring your kids on stage too.
He brought
Don't bring your kids to the podium.
Brought his kids at
That was just-
post game, bro. Come on.
That was like a safe way out.
He was trying to
does it to lessen his blow. He
Yeah.
does it to lessen his blow of the questions. He knows that. He knows, but the questions are still gonna come. They're gonna catch you. They're gonna write about you, and we're gonna all have these questions. Because Nick, we collapsed last year. This year, we're looking up and down. Are you the problem? Because you're still in the building. Are you the problem?
Is this his last year?
Yeah.
Like, is it Super Bowl bust for Nick Sirianni, or what do
No,
you
I
don't
think
think- I
if they
don't- I
get
don't
it to the
think-
NFC, if they get it to the NFC
tough.
Championship, I don't think he'll lose his job.
No, I don't
see
think.
him-
I don't think it's a Super Bowl or bust. I think if we get like Warren to the NFC Championship,
That's tough, bro. I don't know, man.
This
I
is
think
my other
about
concern,
Philly-
though. If we do, let's just say we get to the NFC East Championship, we get there. Kellen Moore is not going to just stay another year unless we
No,
pay him more. Or I found out if we make him the assistant head coach or one of those type of moves, if we make that type of move to where he's like an assistant head coach, other teams cannot like reach out to him. So unless they make that move to where nobody else can talk to him, because that us changing coordinators every year, it's not beneficial to Jalen. It's not beneficial
like how-
to
like-
anybody.
No.
how many coordinators has Jalen had? I think I read something about it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, I think they said 8.
every year,
they said
right?
8 since college. Yeah,
Yeah, since
Uh,
seven,
so-
8 years.
he
That
had
just
he had
kills continuity.
Shane Steichen twice. Yeah, he had Shane Steichen twice.
Yeah, 7 to 8 years. He's had 7 coordinators in 8 seasons, bro.
Yeah, and that's
Crazy.
brutal. Yeah.
And you
The one thing about the city of-
with 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I kind of miss Shane, but I think Kellen's doing a great job. I think we just have to use.
but like everybody knows, man. For any team in Philadelphia, it could be the Phillies, it could be the Sixers, it could be the Flyers. It's the hardest city to coach in.
Well, like I'm gonna go off of what you just said, Bruce, because
Right.
the thing about the city of Philadelphia is eventually when the fans make so much noise, the teams, the organizations, they start to listen. So it's
Sean
just
decides,
how it's been in the past. So if they keep saying fire Nick, I mean, eventually he's going to be gone. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but the fans have a lot of say in the city.
Remember,
well,
he was
remember
almost
they're
gone
even
after
trying to
last
get
year.
rid of Jonathan Gannon. They're trying to get rid of Jonathan Gannon that 2022 season.
Yeah.
And how many sacks did we rack up that
Like
season?
70.
We
70.
Yeah.
almost broke
gotta-
the record.
yeah,
We almost
yeah.
broke the Bears record.
I think what we had. What was the Bears record?
72.
72.
72.
72.
Yeah, we had 70.
That was a
That's
great
crazy.
year.
That was
That's
crazy.
And we're
Yeah.
asking for him to get fired.
Think about
So,
how good they were. They almost broke the 85 Bears sack. And if you know anything about football, the 85 Bears.
85 Bears. That's the best defense of all time.
Yeah, elite. That's elite
that was
status.
a solid
Yeah.
D-line, though. We had Hargrave, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham.
It was a sack party
Jordan
every game.
Davis was still-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jordan
like,
Davis
that
was
was-
still
But then
there.
you got to think about it too. Our linebackers, like TJ Edwards, Kaiser White, they were getting in there too.
Yeah. And look at both
Everybody
of them.
got this.
Both of them have edged themselves a good, decent career since they left the Eagles, and the Eagles just couldn't pay them because T.J. Edwards has played okay, and so has Kazir White.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like we should have kept Javon Hargrave.
And not give them to the damn Niners, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, give them to the
Yeah,
Niners.
that was
and let
stupid.
the Niners, well, that was a stupid move.
So how do y'all feel about? I wanted to bring this up earlier. They keep talking about the Saquon. Was it a revenge game? Personally, I don't think. I think it's not a revenge game when you're just that guy. You're just that good.
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect?
I don't feel like it was a revenge game for him. I feel like it was more. When you watch that Hard Knocks, they treat him almost like property.
Yeah,
They basically like devalued
sad.
him for what he was, and I think his whole point was like he wanted to show them what they were missing. Yeah, what exactly? Like, you're gonna devalue me like that? I'm only worth this much. Well, this is what I can do. And then they see him burn his jersey up like that. That only adds to it, bro.
That adds crazy. Fuel to the fire right there.
It's diabolical.
And I don't know if he was mic'd up, but if we get that Saquon every game, I'm happy.
Oh yeah,
and it's all. He should at least get at least 67 and more than 60 yards a game, for sure, right?
Yeah.
I think he has every year. I mean,
he's gonna almost do Derrick Henry numbers, but
he's averaging 110 yards on the ground per game.
Bro, in that game, he averaged 10 yards, 10.7
per carry.
Per carry. That was unbelievable.
That doesn't even make sense.
That doesn't even make sense, bro. 17 carries.
That's a video game on easy mode.
That's a video game on easy mode.
That's Madden on easy.
It's just crazy how, like, 2 years ago, they were talking about how the running back is not that much value in the running back. Now you got Derrick Henry going to the Ravens, Saquon going to the Eagles, and just look at how much of an impact they're making.
Warren, you know what it is though, Warren? A team that has all the teams that won the Super Bowl haven't won with one of these backs. So one of them we gotta do it. We gotta set the
right. That's a good point. That's a good point.
No, teams don't win with good, super high paid running backs. They win with other things. So
even look at the Chiefs with Pacheco. Pacheco, you can't sleep on Pacheco.
Yeah, and Pacheco's
underrated.
Listen,
Pacheco, he's a dog.
They have him. They have the other one they use. They don't really use him no more. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They have different guys. They use McKinnon. They always do a running back by committee. They never have the one guy. They never have. But they're different.
I mean, like even Mahomes is a freaking runner. Like
Mahomes is a runner, and he's
that dude picks up yards like crazy. He's not even fast.
He's an unexpected runner. Like, he just takes off.
Very unexpected.
Very unexpected. You know, the game is in the third. Game's going a whole game. All of a sudden, he takes a break on a 20-yard. I mean, I'll never forget him running away in the Eagles in that game with that bad ankle. And I kept telling myself, the only reason the Eagles won the second ring is because they're playing the GOAT of this era. Like, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude literally hurt his ankle, went to the sideline, then came back like it was.
No, it was halftime.
It's like, don't worry about it, guys. I got it.
I remember that.
And I'm not gonna hold you. When he went down, I'm like, bro, because I'm not gonna hold you. Mahomes is one of my favorite non-Eagles in the whole league, and it's always been like that. But in that game, I kept telling myself, if he's not on the field, the Eagles, that's it. It's over.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
And when he came back, it was like looking at Batman in the night, and I was just like, no.
That's a tough one.
And then I think the 49ers kind of made that point too by just the thing about the 49ers, their whole offense operated around McCaffrey. Now with no McCaffrey, like we're seeing what are they, like 3-4 right now? The 49ers?
Yeah. And the injury bug has been real tough.
Yeah.
They said that we were gonna have like the McCaffrey effect, but I don't even look at it that way.
I don't want the McCaffrey effect.
We got AJ,
I don't want to rely on
Jalen.
Saquon.
You know, we got Jalen. Jalen is a playmaker in himself. Jalen has legs too. Jalen is becoming to the point where he's not running as much as he used to, but he's timing his runs good.
And he can make guys miss, man. He can make them miss.
I want to see him just step up in the pocket more because he'll be able to see more. Sometimes he got to get out from behind the line of scrimmage, and it's like, bro, you're too far back now. So it's like I want to see him develop that a little bit better.
like when we see him running backwards, man, we're like, dude, he's going to slip.
Yeah, he's going to slip. He slipped on one of those
That's when those fumbles happened.
Oh yeah, he just fell down. Yeah, he just went down.
Yeah, and that field is fucking terrible.
He's not trying to take
my language. That field is terrible. So when he slipped, I was like, oh, that's a MetLife slip right there.
I don't think that field. No, we're going to talk about fields, bro. The field at Rio,
Oh
right?
yeah, Rio.
Oh, yeah.
Packers game.
Yeah, the
That was like
Eagles
the
got
Super Bowl
screwed.
field,
Eagles
bro.
got screwed on the Super Bowl. The Eagles got screwed in Brazil, and they get screwed every time they go to MetLife. So it's like
Yeah.
Talk about fields, bro. That field.
that was the
God.
worst. Yeah,
I mean,
that
that
was
was
the
a
worst.
I kind of already knew going in. That was a soccer field. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
meant to
Can't-
slide on soccer
Yeah.
fields. Yeah,
yeah.
but
Can't play
hey,
football on a
before we get
soccer
up
field.
out of here, though, I want everybody's predictions on this game coming up against the Bengals. We'll start with you, Bruce. What's your predictions on this game, and who's going to be the player that
Who's gonna
stands
be-
out this game?
All right, so I'm thinking it's going to be 27-10 Eagles.
Okay,
But
and who's
Carter's
the
going
standout
to
player?
Carter.
Carter.
He's going to get
Ooh.
at least 3 sacks.
3.
Okay.
Oh, I'll be
Okay.
happy.
Breakout game.
All right, Todd, what you got?
I'm gonna go 28-21 Eagles.
Okay. And what player are you choosing?
Having like the game. I think AJ Brown. I think he's gonna get busy.
Take off. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have a good secondary. They
That's
really
what I'm
don't.
saying. I'm looking at that rink.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna. have
What
a
you
game.
got, Scott?
I'm gonna go as far as a score. I'm gonna go 31-17 Eagles.
Okay.
I got 2 players that I think are gonna have a breakout game. I think Quinyon's gonna finally get his first interception.
I like that.
And for offense, I think it's gonna be Smitty. I think they're
I
gonna
was
try to,
gonna
like you
say
said,
that.
the secondary isn't that good, so I think they're gonna have a lot of double coverage on AJ. It's gonna open up the lane for Smitty. I think he's gonna have over 100.
And I'll tell you why I'm gonna piggyback off Scott, because Smitty had -2 yards in that last game. If you notice, towards the end of the game, they were trying to scheme up some plays for him because you could tell he was getting a little frustrated that he wasn't performing.
Yeah, he wants to eat.
But
Yeah.
you could. This game is gonna be a Devontae Smith game, 100%. You could feel it coming. You could feel because Devontae just comes out of nowhere with a $140 on you and 2 touchdowns.
Facts.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming, bro. This is going to be the one, and I think it's going to be give me 30-24 Eagles. I think they're going to put up a 30 burger.
30-24.
I like
Yep.
that.
Okay.
I like that.
Go Birds.
good.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go 24-17 Eagles, and I want to see another Nolan Smith, Nakobe Dean game. I want to see
Yeah.
him take off again because
That'd be awesome.
yeah, he
Flying.
doesn't play well in space, but he has a good eye for the quarterback. So I think that's what Vic Fangio is going to utilize with him. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. But yo, I appreciate you guys coming on. We got to
Yes,
do
sir.
this again. I'll definitely
For sure.
be pulling up at walk-ons to be watching the game with y'all Sunday. You want to tell everybody where they can find y'all, if anything?
Yeah, Bruce.
Yeah, man, have at it,
Bruce.
Scott, man.
Go ahead, throw the ads
I
up,
mean,
man.
if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Scott Michael with 3 T's, SCOTTTMICHAEL.
Bet. Bruce?
Nah, man, I really got nothing following, man. Like,
It's all good, Bruce.
Bruce
Your
is just-
following will come
Yeah,
right
it's all
from here.
good.
He's here for the
Yeah.
vibes. Bruce is here for the
Yeah.
vibes.
I feel that.
Same here. I'm here for the vibes too. I'm just supporting y'all.
All right, I guess I'm the guy then. Follow me on Instagram.
Hey, well, we appreciate y'all coming on. We're going to have to
I
do this
appreciate
again.
y'all, fellas. I appreciate y'all
Yeah,
insight
most
too. Y'all
definitely.
did
Yes, sir.
very well, man. People.
Hey, are y'all
we
going
always-
to the Cowboys-Eagles
Always
game?
try to get people.
Oh, most definitely.
I'll be
Whoa,
tailgating. I'll be
we tailgating.
I'm going to the
undecided
tailgate.
whether I'm gonna.
Hey,
I'm going.
I've been there the last 4 years at the AT&T against the Eagles, and we lost all 4 times.
Hey,
so
he ain't going again. He ain't going.
I'm banned from that stadium, but I'll be there tailgating.
Nah, Scott. This
Okay.
is the year
Okay.
they gotta go. This is the year
Nah.
they're gonna trounce them.
Scott can tailgate, but
This
he
is
can't
it.
go in the stadium. No.
We're going to have to set something up, and I'm going to have to meet y'all out there then.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we'll be at walk-ons next week, though. Or I will.
And that party, we had that party, right, Bruce? Was it the night before?
November.
Oh, yeah.
Warren, I'll send you that on Facebook.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in the
It's a good time. It's a good time.
It's
a
our
great
little
time.
our little Cowboy Eagle pregame
Yeah.
party.
Ooh,
that
that's
we
the
get to
Game
boy.
party.
You gotta get over there, man. You gotta
Okay.
Yes.
And like I went. Todd and Scott went, bro. Dude, it's insane, man.
We'll talk about it in the messenger group. We'll talk about it.
All
All right, y'all. We
fellas. Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Warren off. Jay, let them know.
Y'all be safe.
Hey, appreciate you guys.